Today I'm going to walk you through the introduction of the S7-1200 controller. The S7-1200 belongs to the Siemens Basic Controllers family, and it's the ideal choice when it comes to performing automation tasks in a low to mid-performance range with maximum flexibility and efficiency. It has a significant advantage. It's scalable, so once you or your customer reaches the full utilization of the CPU, he can easily upgrade to a higher level controller, either ET200 or S7-1500, without leaving the TI portal. What is the TI portal? It's Siemens engineering framework where you can seamlessly integrate drives, PLCs, HMIs, and other automation devices. So what are the consequences? What are the implications of staying within the TI portal when scaling up? Well, imagine everything you have learned, everything you have developed, maybe you have created your own user libraries, stays with you and you can build onto it. Now, let me elaborate a bit on features and functionalities of this unique little controller. Every S7-1200 is literally armed with diagnostic functionality. You can visualize your error messages on the HMIs, on a web server, in the TI portal, without any additional programming. Everything is prepared and ready to go. This unified display concept allows extremely efficient fault localization and fault analysis. What about motion? Yes, S7-1200 has it. Fundamental motion functionality for speed control, position control is integrated in the S7-1200 CPU. Stepper motors, servo motors, drives, all of these can be directly operated on the CPU, either via Profinet or pulse train outputs or analog outputs. For fast-changing events, which cannot be detected in the program cycle of the main OB, for instance, a unit measurement on a conveyor, the S7-1200 has an embedded high-speed counter to help you to execute these very tasks. Now, what if I tell you that you can validate your PLC code before going on site? Yes, you can do it with the S7-1200 controller and something which is called PLC Sim. You basically simulate your IOs which are not physically present, and you can do the both safety or standard tasks. Which reminds me, speaking about safety, this controller behind me is safety controller. How do you recognize that it's safety? Because it has yellow stripes. And at the moment we have three types of safety controllers in our S7-1200 portfolio, namely S7-12, 12, 14 and 15. And they are available in DC-DC-DC and DC-DC relay version. Every single safety CPU has standard IOs on board. What does it mean? That you realize your safety-related task by adding safety signal modules to your CPU. You can add up to 8 signal modules, depending on the type of your controller, locally. And thanks to ProfiSafe, you can do also remote safety IOs, or as we say, networks safety. This concept allows you to cater to both safety and standard applications with just one single controller. Maybe you are an OEM, exporting your machines to different countries, to different markets, and constantly dealing with different customization or configuration requirements. You take your S7-1200 CPU, you go to the TI portal, where you configure the whole project. Then, once this is done, you define every single option, and when the machine is ready, you enable only what is needed. We call this feature option handling, and as I said before, option handling gives you freedom to specify all options within one project and activate them according to your needs. Another fancy thing I would like to mention is iDevice. iDevice stands for Intelligent CPU as an I/O device. With this functionality, Profinet not only permits I/O communication with subordinate devices as an I/O controller, but also I/O communication with other central or higher level controllers as an I/O device. iDevice basically enables very fast controller-to-controller communication, which happens simultaneously on one common bus. That sounds great, right? But how does it translate into benefits for you? You can achieve two significant things with this. First of all, your topology or architecture can be much more leaner, flexible. And secondly, you can establish a simpler communication among your controllers from different projects. Let's close down today's session with a topic which represents a critical issue, and without a shadow of a doubt, it will become even more prevalent in the future. And I talk about cybersecurity. I just want to tell you that Siemens constantly improves our protection from network attacks, such as infiltration of fake network communication and so on. But with the S7-1200, you can do much more. You can have an extended protection of your communication through VPN module with an integrated firewall. You can assign different access levels to different groups. You can assign specific safety or non-safety function blocks to your Siematic card. And I could keep going and going. The message is, cybersecurity becomes a critical parameter when deciding for your automation vendor, and Siemens is ready to make you covered. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your interest in the S7-1200 controller. I'm looking forward to see you next time.
Siemens, ingenuity for life.